Not feeling this more?
It's just, I just wasn't expecting you to start banging Teenage Love Affair. Like, what's going on, man? You got your varsity jacket on? You trying to relive your high school days? What's up, man? Talk to me. I'm your guy. All you got to do is talk to me.
I didn't even connect those two things.
Yeah, like that's what I'm looking. I'm like, okay.
Like, I would have went pro if I didn't pull my hamstring.
I understand.
Like, I would be in the league right now.
No, I know.
For real.
Got you. I got
the Knicks would be a whole different team.
Probably be the same team. They'd probably be the same, bro, honestly.
I mean, would they really need Derrick Rose?
I'm sure they would.
Okay.
I'm sure he would still have a spot. Absolutely.
You wasn't feeling Teenage Love Affair? Why does Alicia Keys always do the breakdown, like, weirdo talk shit?
Because Alicia Keys is like the epitome of like a musical. She's like a musical artist. Like all of her records feel like a musical. Like her visuals are like everybody, all the waitresses start dancing. You know what I mean? Like Alicia Keys is that type of artist.
She is the epitome of the West Side Story.
Yeah, that's what Alicia Keys is.
I just feel like her flirting, and of course we're talking about her music, not she's in a loving marriage right now.
Yes, absolutely.
But anytime she like flirted on a record, like with Most or even on this Teenage Love Affair, like it was terrible. It was just the epitome of women not having game.
It sounded like the voicemail for the phone.
Put extra milk in your hot chocolate. They usually tell me to use water.
She shot that at the legendary Pan Pan in Harlem too. Shout out to Pan Pan.
And Mos Def ordered a hot chocolate and fish.
You know what his stomach was doing.
Insane combo there.
Speaking of insane combos, somebody left some crazy shit in the toilet in the men's bathroom. That's the beautiful thing about like working in like corporate and being in office space with other people. Like the bathroom, like that's where shit goes down at or doesn't go down. Oh, that toilet is fucked up in there.
For sure.
Somebody in here is eating way too much dairy, bro.
I've heard from women some nasty things men have like texted them from their corporate job in the bathroom.
Like dick pics?
Like yeah, and like wild shit that I'm like, that's what happens in corporate bathrooms.
Absolutely.
Like when I'm pissing, like some dude's over there beating off, sending a vid on his lunch break.
Yeah, it's like the subway. It's like the New York subway.
But I would expect it at the subway. The subway's kind of romantic. Like,
but I mean, everybody gets off the subway and comes here. So what you expect? It's the same people.
Teenage Love Affair.
Exactly. Perfect way to tie that all in, Rory.
You need to have an adult love affair.
Who said I don't?
Well, we interviewed our exes on the live show.
We did. Had a great time, didn't we?
In New York, we
interviewed. A lot of fun.
We interviewed my ex live behind a curtain.
A lot of fun. I learned some things about you, man.
She
said she wore you like a cashmere scarf. I still don't know what that means, but I didn't know you were so flexible.
It means I'm gentle but dependable. Soft yet fashionable.
Warm.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So I was worn.
Yeah. I didn't know you was flexible. She said you were very flexible.
Well, I ran track at one point. You know, you got to stretch
your legs
shit.
Are still limber?
Yeah, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I learned a lot about you, but it was a lot of fun, though. We had a lot of fun. I think the fans enjoyed that a lot. It was great feedback from that. Too bad we can't do that in every city because we don't have exes in every city. Well, let me speak for myself. I don't have an ex in every city.
I do not.
Yeah.
Nor would I ever. That's horse behavior. But
we can start. We can still do fun shit with like single women.
We could fly them out to these different cities.
No, not
exes. You don't want to fly an ex out.
No,
I feel like that is probably taking a step back.
Yeah, it's a little crazy. Yeah.
I mean, we put them in a separate hotel.
Absolutely. A different city.
I'm no longer actively sleeping with a woman that was interviewed. It had been a long time.
Yeah.
I didn't think she was going to reveal some of the things that she revealed, and some of the secrets that I had about certain group chats and group sex, and I didn't think she was going to tell Sony Hall that.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. I mean, we're all a family. That's the thing about our live shows. It's all family.
God is still working on me.
Yeah,
I am not my past.
Me too. I'm a work in progress. It was good to see and hear from a lady I used to date. She's looks great. She's doing well. So
she sounded and this is going to be funny coming from me, but it's just how us white people think. I did expect her to sound the way she sounded.
Yeah. Little.
Which block in the Heights is she from?
not too far uptown in the Heights, but close.
She's like in the early 70s, 171.
Yeah, 90, 96 around there. Yeah. All
right, not too bad. Yeah. But no, she kind of held it down for you, I feel like.
Yeah, man.
I'm trying to look through the questions I asked and kind of her answers.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. I haven't dated any women that like I said, it was left off on too bad of terms. Like it's still like all love and respect there. Some hate me for reasons outside of my control, but for the most part, from my end, it's still all love and respect.
Well, no, the funny one she did say, which I mean, we should put up some highlights soon on YouTube,
and we will.
The most insecure thing you ever did was you turned the Beats pill off. when an unreleased Dave East record was playing and she knew the lyrics.
Yeah, I just didn't understand how she knew the lyrics to that record.
Because it wasn't out, right?
Yeah, it wasn't out yet. And it was just like, all right, we not doing that. You know,
What
shout
was
out to Dave, though. You know,
what was the feedback? After like he sent you the unreleased, like, yo, Mal, let me know what you think. Did you give him feedback?
No, he didn't send me the unreleased. He sent her the unreleased.
Oh, and she started playing
Yeah.
it. You tried to Shazam it and it wasn't
I
out?
was just like, yo, how you even know these bars? Like, nah, cut that off. We're not doing that. I know what that means. That's a personal folder you have in your phone.
After the LA show, we went back to the Mondrian and had, it was late and LA is in.
Now we can't stay there no more because now you had fans showing up.
I did not have any fans show up.
No, you did.
I had nothing to do with that.
No, you did. You told the whole world where we were staying and she showed up. What do you mean? That's your fault. So the Mondrian, it's been great. We will not be using your services or your beds anymore.
It's been a great run with you guys.
It's been a hell of a run, but we won't be there anymore. No.
We'll be down the block.
Yeah. Right down the road. Don't worry about it.
Well, yeah, that was odd.
Yeah.
That fan coming back and getting in the elevator.
I'm glad it was just one because it could have been more.
I just assumed she was with y'all.
We all assumed she was with one of us. Like everybody just assumed. Like I thought she was with you. No, she wasn't with any of us.
And at the show, when we did like the after meet and greet shit, I thought she worked for the venue. She was taking pictures like a professional.
Yeah,
she's like, don't worry, right? I'll get you these prints soon. I'm like, oh, thanks.
Yeah, she did a wardrobe change because and then she like put the merch on, and I thought it was a whole different person. And she came and took another picture with me. I was like, wait, I just saw you with a whole different setup on. And then she ended up at the hotel lobby.
Yeah,
I was just like, oh, okay. Well, I see what's happening.
Well, the people that were invited did bring some pluses, and I haven't interacted in a long time with like just strange women, like in a casual setting, where like you just really get to know things about people that you've never met and probably wouldn't speak to had you not been in this predicament at the moment.
Right.
It's fucking weird out there now. Carl can attest. Carl was there with me.
Yeah.
And I thought these women were in their mid-30s. They were like 22, which is a red flag right away.
Yeah. we know that off top. Shout out to all the 22-year-olds, but yeah, it's a red flag.
They were very young, which threw me off. And then as I felt like the vibe was getting kind of cool and people were chilling, music was playing, at that point food had came. One of the women I was talking to on a completely platonic level looks over at me, very close to my face, and says, "Have you ever had an abortion?"
I know.
It was the same silence that I had.
I know what she was asking.
Thank God no one could hear it over the party next door. But I heard it.
I know what she was asking. She was asking also, has a woman ever had an abortion for you? But she just didn't word it right.
Okay, I know what she meant.
Yeah.
I know exactly what she meant.
But it just sound nuts, her asking, have you ever had an abortion?
I know what she meant when she said it. Why are you asking me that?
Yeah.
Why is that in your head?
What is going on?
I think she was like, just trying to start a deeper conversation with you. You know what I mean? I think she was trying to tap into you emotionally a little bit.
This is where I beg for women to ask me my sign first.
Yeah, it's like we could keep it surface.
Let's go with astrology that I don't believe in.
Let's go surface level shit. What type of food do I like? What type of dessert do I like? What do I usually order when I go to restaurants? Like what type of wine?
What's your name?
Yeah,
I don't even think we got that far.
Yeah. What's your name? How old are you? Things like that.
And I didn't know how to answer her because then I was like, well, is she like fresh from one?
Yeah.
Like, did she go from there to here?
And then you don't know what type of emotion that will bring up in her.
And I'm pro-choice. It's your choice. It's a woman's body. But I have a pro-choice to not answer you about abortion things.
It's definitely your choice.
It's my mouth, my choice.
It's absolutely your choice. Your mouth, your choice. You didn't have to answer that. I don't think you should have answered that.
Oh, I did not.
And it's nobody's business, Rory.
I did like a in-person LOL. Like, huh.
Yeah.
Like you don't really laugh. But
yeah.
Let's just add this to the end of the sentence.
You gotta slap her leg like come on, man.
My thing is, where does she go from the answer? Like if you said yeah or no, where is she gonna take the rest of the conversation?
Maybe she wanted details. Like, did you go half? Did you go with her to the clinic? Did you say, hey, get rid of that shit? Or hey, that's not mine.
All of that is inappropriate. She shouldn't ask that. That's just way too personal shit to be asking somebody the first day you meet them, the first hour you meet them.
Yeah, I mean, at her defense, the food was Domino's pizza, so like the bar wasn't too high in the room.
Yeah, it was chill vibes. It wasn't nothing too crazy. Everybody was chilling.
It was
relaxing.
Interesting,
but it was a good night. Great show in LA. The energy was really good. Saw a lot of faces that I recognized from before. previous shows.
Mhm.
A lot of new fans, a lot of new people came out to see us. It was a great time. I had a real good time.
I didn't tell you about my experience flying from, I didn't tell any of y'all, flying from New York to LA. My flight was delayed 6 hours.
Yeah, the rain. Yep.
Finally got on the plane. We sat for 2 hours. The guy in front of me, I just assumed he was really fucked up. He was berating every single flight attendant, screaming like, I want to see the red coat. I didn't even know what the red coats was. I thought he was watching The Patriot on the shit. He said, I need to see the red coat. And I'm looking around at everyone.
The military showing up?
What's the red coat?
Yeah.
There's like a manager on a plane that like wears a red coat. Never seen him. That must be, I'm in the back of the plane. That must be, the red coat must sit in the front.
They're usually at the gate when you walking into the boarding the plane.
So he was going crazy in that plane, annoying the fuck out of everybody because we've all been sitting here for 4 hours before. Like, dog, come on, we're all in the same predicament right now. Stop being an asshole to two women on top of that as flight attendants.
You know what I never understood? When people go crazy on flights being delayed when it's weather related. Like, what the fuck can anybody in this airport do? Like, you want them to stop the weather? Like,
well, he was berating the flight attendants as if they could do something, and he was like, well, can I get like a free drink or something? Sir,
just say you want a free drink. Just say I'm an alcoholic and I need some alcohol.
Said, sir, you're in first class.
Right.
The drinks are free. Would you like a drink?
Yeah, like just relax.
So then we finally get on the tarmac. We were first in line. They let us skip. We get on the tarmac. He refuses to put his fucking bed shit up. So now not only have we been delayed this long, this asshole, when we're about to take off, refuses to put his seat up because we were delayed and he thinks he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah.
So the flight attendant then comes. It's like, hey, you need to put the seat up. Like, we're going to have to go back to the gate. You realize we just got straight to the runway. They put us in front. He then grabs her wrist, and I was the closest one there. So I grabbed him, and then the other flight attendant went to get the pilot. I'm like, oh, this flight's getting canceled. Like, we just waited 6 hours for me to have to go back to my crib.
Yeah.
So the pilot comes out and is like, all right, is this going to be a problem? Because I could tell the pilot was like, dog, I'm trying to get the fuck out of here too.
Yeah.
Are you going to sit there and be quiet? And at that point, I don't know if he was just like a super misogynist. He listened to that pilot right away. He was like, yes, I'll sit here. I'll buckle up. I'll put it up.
Yeah.
We start flying. Fasten seatbelt comes off. He loses his phone in the shit.
In the seat.
So now he's literally trying to tear apart a whole first class seat. And he's slamming his fucking overhead, staring at me like, yeah, you grabbed me, but I can slam an overhead. Then he slams the overhead. It doesn't shut because he hit it too hard. His bag falls on him. And I say when the whole plane just starts dying laughing at him.
Good.
Then he starts taking pills out of his bag. And I'm like, oh, he's pilled up. Takes the pills. He knocks out. Don't hear from him. We wake up, or he wakes up, when we land. Turns around, looks at me like he had never seen me a day in his life. And goes, where are we? I said, we're in LA. I said, why am I in LA? I said, I don't know, sir. So clearly, I do want to shoot him some bail. Clearly, the pills that he took was something he needed because that knocked him out and brought him kind of back to where the fuck he was.
Brought him back to New York.
He was clearly having a manic episode. That's 100% true.
Yeah.
It was a very strange experience.
The flying is always interesting because you never know who you're going to, see or be on the plane with. I remember coming back from LA the last time we were there. There was somebody sitting in front of me, and he was like, I don't know what the term is, but he had like, he was really like, it wasn't anxiety. He had like he was cursing, he was banging on the fucking, like he was mad that whenever he tapped the screen to change the movie, I guess it wasn't like picking up his thumbprint. So he started punching it. Then he got agitated at the one dude in front of us. No, it wasn't you. It was one dude in front of us that kept like slamming, like he kept getting something out of his bag and closing it. He started cursing at that dude. He keeps slamming the fucking overhead. Like, so I was like, okay, this dude is a little, and his wife was sitting right next to him. I saw she was trying to calm him down, and he was taking pills throughout the fight. So it's just always like a movie within a movie. Like you watching a movie, but then you watching the people around you, seeing what they get, type of people they are.
And like you're guarded by the idea of this being federal, and the worst federal crime that could possibly happen is when you're in an airport or on an airplane. So all that anger is like, where's it going? Because you can't do nothing. You can't touch someone wrong. Yeah. That's why when he grabbed that flight attendant's wrist and then I grabbed his to get it off, I was like, oh, this flight is over. Yeah. Like there's no way.
And sometimes there's air marshals on the flights.
Which I was expecting at some point.
Sometimes air marshals on the flights, and you hope that you're not on a flight where Air Marshal has to detain somebody because then the flight's not going nowhere.
No
especially if you didn't take off yet, the flight's not going nowhere.
Or you're fucking landing in Chattanooga.
Yeah, it's terrible. But yeah, man, LA was a great time. LA was a great time. Had a lot of fun. Saw some old friends. Shout out to everybody that came out to the show.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of people that came out. The dressing room was a vibe.
Yeah, it was
a lot of people. I finally met Ari
yes.
Lennox. She had some interesting words for me, but it's all love. She for some reason Ari felt like I said some things about her before that she didn't like, and I swear I don't remember ever saying anything about Ari.
I don't either, and this has been a thing for a little while. And Ari's a dear friend of mine. I do love and care about her. I've explained to her, I was like, I don't remember, and I could be wrong. Yeah. But if I find the clip, sure. I don't remember ever saying a bad word.
I don't remember ever saying anything about Ari. And then she told me, she's like, oh, I thought you were an asshole. Like, you're such a nice guy. And I was like, you thought I was an asshole? Like, damn. Like, but we spoke, and it's all love. Shout out to Ari.
I'm way less of an asshole than the person that you like. That is an
I'm
asshole.
like, wait, I'm the asshole.
My co-host is a way bigger dick.
I'm like, Rory's the asshole, but okay, whatever. But yeah, she's great, man. We spoke, and we laughed about the whole thing, and I thanked her for coming out, and she enjoyed the show. She said we did a great job. So
yeah, it was good. I'm glad she came out. It was rappy in there too. Reason, Boogie. We're just name dropping here at this point. Obviously, Guru,
the family,
it was a lot.
The fam came out to support.
It was industry. Yeah. I've just admit I'm industry now. Like, if you're not industry, don't come in my green room.
That sounds crazy, but I understand what you mean. Like, yeah, no, it is what it is. But it's a different type of industry. It's like the people that we really, really fuck with. Yeah, they're artists and things of that. Executives, producers, and stuff. But they're like the cool of that.
The down to earth people.
Yeah, like they're not too strung out on themselves. They're not too into themselves. Like, the conversations that we have is just like they would never speak like that with anybody else. Oh no, you know what I mean. So it's like it's a different relationship. It's a different type of relationship. But we had a lot of fun, man. Shout out to LA. Shout out to all the people that came out. It was a great time.
The last LA thing, I will say, I did go to a club for the first time in a while. Mm-hmm. But I went to like the white night at Poppy. It wasn't like it was like a lot of EDM and like white college girls that probably go to UCLA. The same night as you. No, but different times. I was in the early crowd. You
went to Bootsie's. That was Bootsie's.
I went to Bootsie's. I'm right.
Not Poppy. I went to Poppy. No, I didn't go to Poppy.
I just want to know, like, we talk about frontline workers and first responders and all that. We never discuss the Uber drivers at 4 a.m. that pull up to the club. Yes. Like, they're, to me, first responders. They deserve the flyover from the jets at football games. Like, we need to add in Uber drivers for drunk kids at 4 a.m.
I don't know how Taxi Cab Confessions or like Uber Confessions isn't a thing on HBO. Because I'm sure there's some like gold content 100%. In those Ubers at night leaving the club with like privileged rich kids going back into the hills. Like, you have to film that. Like, how is HBO not filming this?
Well, because I feel like most of the footage would be them throwing up in the back seat, but
I want to watch. I love to see rich, privileged kids cursing the driver out. And then, sir, can you pull over, please?
And then Blake threw up.
Yeah. I want to see that. I would laugh at that shit.
And then Connor stepped in it.
Yeah, it was. I got there after you left. It was definitely interesting to see like all of those kids outside waiting for their Ubers after and getting pissed when the Uber driver couldn't find where they were standing on the sidewalk. And it was just like, your car is literally 30 feet away. You can just walk to your car. No, they want the car to reverse and come back to the front. I was just like, yeah, whatever. But yeah, man, we had a good time in LA. LA was great, man.
I guess some shit did happen while we were there.
We shot an episode with Guru and Hop.
Yeah, which people seem to like. It was definitely some nerd talk, but I like that type of nerd
great
talk.
Great conversation. Sirius XM. Shout out to Sirius XM in LA. They opened their studios for us and welcomed us there.
They lighted me like a ghost, but yeah, other than that,
that was.
I never knew I could get whiter.
Carl got to take some of that blame.
No, Carl does have to take some blame.
Carl, you could put a filter on that camera, something, bro. That lighting on Rory was like nuts.
Put some 1977.
Yeah, like Rory's, he's white, but that was like different level white. That was like, yo, this guy doesn't leave the house at all.
I'm not even that white in December.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was absolutely nuts. Even Guru was like 3 shades lighter. I was like, what the fuck? Only me and Hop looked normal because we had hats on. So it was kind of the shade, the light was kind of being blocked out of our faces.
To turn it down. He was like, "Yo, I'm not the lighting guy. I just know the presets." And I was just like,
"Was preset pasty?
Yeah,
is that what it was?
It was a pastel.
Yeah,
that's not. It was pastel white.
Preset pigmentally challenged.
Yeah, it was that lighting was crazy. They had my guy Rory looking crazy, but it was a dope conversation. And I was mad because when me and Hop left, we went to Hop's studio right down the block, and he told me off camera. He was like, "Damn, I forgot to bring up on camera. The Black Album was actually the last time he worked with Jay."
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, that was the last time that Hop worked with Jay on the album.
Was that for a particular reason?
I'm not sure. I didn't ask him. Like we didn't really get into it.
Hop's plate definitely got super full after that.
We didn't get into it, but he was like, yeah, he was like, yeah, I totally forgot. Like that's the last time I worked on an album with Jay. So I was like, damn, I didn't realize that, but. Either way, it was a great conversation. Thanks to Guru, thanks to Hop for taking time to come sit and kick it with us. And I would like to do more of that.
Oh yeah,
especially with them because they have so many projects and artists and stuff that they worked with and shit that they worked on that they're like the encyclopedias of hip hop. Like me and Hop was in the studio talking about so much shit, and it was just like us. Watching your big brother from afar, you don't realize how much shit he's done because Hop is the most down to earth, humble dude you'll ever meet. And then, he started talking about projects he did and playing a record. He like, yeah, I A&R that. I'm like, what? Like, I totally forgot about that. So yeah, we got to sit down and make sure we talk to like people in the culture like that, like the real encyclopedias, the people that most people may not know, but they play a very intricate role in a lot of the art and the things that we love and some of the legendary pieces of material that we have in our culture.
And I even like the idea, not to say that this was like preconceived that we were going to do the Black Album with Hop and Guru. I do think focusing on certain albums every now and then, and like just doing certain episodes dedicated, even if it's not an anniversary. Yeah. Like just if we have someone that's in the space that was so intricate the way an engineer and AR can be with an album, that I think that's a cool series that we could add to the shit. And like we've said, we're doing shit on the fly, seeing what works, and I think that's something in the future. We find an album we love, find a person that
and just dissect it with the people that's really that there. Yeah, absolutely. Especially when you have people with as much history in the relationship that Hop and Guru have. You know what I mean? Like I said, they go way back, sharing motels in Manhattan just to shower to get back to the studio. You know what I mean? That type of shit you don't see anymore. So yeah, shout out to Hop, shout out to Guru. That was a great episode, great conversation, and I look forward to doing more shit like that.
Yeah, you stayed in LA a little longer. Certain reason, like was a girl or something? Like
no, just flights.
Oh, it's the flights. I hate the flights.
Yeah, missed flights. I hate flying in like the day we gotta work or record. I hate that.
Well, you should have told her that.
No, there was no her. Like I literally missed the fucking. It was my first time flying out of American, out of LAX, so I wasn't familiar with the terminal. We usually fly Delta, and it was just I went to this kiosk and there was a bunch of people at the kiosk waiting to get their bag tags. Then by the time I got my bag tag, it said I had to see an agent.
Listen, man.
I got to walk to the other end of the terminal to see the agent.
You was in a quality spooning and she said, babe, can you stay another night?
No, absolutely not. I was all packed, ready to get out of LA.
You was
got to the airport. Yeah, no, I wasn't packing anybody. I was ready to leave and I had to get back on that shuttle to get back to the Uber parking lot. That shit was terrible, bro.
Well, at least you saw her after, though, when you missed the flight, right?
No, I literally...
So you're admitting there is a her?
There's no her. I literally watched the Laker game. Lakers and Bucks, got something to eat, took a quick nap. I had to be at the airport at 4 a.m., so it wasn't like
but she got a car, so she drove you, so it's easier.
Rory is a fucking idiot, man. It's no her.
I'm trying, man.
I know what you're trying. It was no her, but yeah, I had to spend a few more hours in LA than I had wished to, but it's all good.
Well, some shit happened. I guess we have to go back to it. Not that part 2 of the Ye shit was too much crazier than the other thing, other than him exploiting backpack rap, which I think is fucking hysterical. And
tried to tell y'all, man, it was a troll all along, and nobody would listen to me. It was like, no, he was. I said, bro, two polo shirts on at the same time is a troll.
And
a Louis Vuitton backpack and saying you're with the backpackers, that's a troll. Backpackers are Jan Sports.
I know.
Kipling's maybe. Kipling's if you want to be like, oh, he got a little style to him.
I mean, but you would see like Buckshot and them dressing in some Gucci every now and then.
Yeah,
they're considered they're backpack with guns.
Yes,
they have guns in their backpack.
Absolutely. Yeah, but I just knew Kanye was trolling all along. Like that was never. I never took any of that serious. But it was interesting to see him like finally say it on camera.
It's fun. I was mad at it because I myself am a backpacker.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, damn, that kind of sucks that like he was really using them. But backpacking used Kanye. Like, I feel like that kind of bridged the gap between a lot of shit. Like, even from like the Quali, Slum Village and all them, like, I feel like he brought that sound kind of into the mainstream too. So as much as I was like, damn, that's corny that like he's shitting on them. Like, I would never fuck with back. I was listening to fucking No Limit. I wasn't trying to hear that shit. That was just the only people that would fuck with me.
Yeah.
I get it, but I guess it bridged it because College Dropout to me is the perfect mix of Rockefeller mainstream and backpack rap together. Palatable backpack rap.
It worked.
So,
it definitely worked.
I guess I'll take the troll. Everyone used everyone in that regard.
Yeah, it absolutely worked. But again, it was just interesting to see him admit it and speak about it, and just confirm what I knew all along. Like, bro, come on, two shirts on it, two collar shirts on at the same time. Come on,
I mean.
That's true.
I used to wear basketball shorts under my jeans. So who the fuck am I to say two polos?
Those were
crazy.
nasty times though. Like that, those times were just like, I don't know what we were doing. We were just nasty.
We were being prepared.
For what? It's like guys said, yo, no, in case I spend the night, I'm like, so you just might randomly sleep at somebody else's house, so you need like basketball shorts.
No, well, I was young at the time when I was doing that. When that era,
yeah,
I was like, maybe I'll get a game in.
Yeah. And then put your jeans back on over those sweaty ass shorts. Oh, we were some nasty little dudes, man.
What? When you was a kid, there was no showers after you.
No.
Like, you literally put all your same shit back on, and then you went home in the cold.
Or you let the sweat dry on you. Now you got sweat stains on your forehead.
Yeah.
You look nasty all on your back of your head, and we were just nasty little kids, man. I could see how my mom used to get mad whenever I came back in the house after being out all day.
The beanie on after you ran a full court.
Just disgusting. Just nasty kids, man. But yeah, I didn't watch the full second part, but I saw bits and pieces of it, little clips online. But I'm gonna check it out because I heard it was some good conversation in there too.
Well, we can get past the elephant in the room. Tell us about squashing the beef between Ye and Drake.
That's funny. I like it. I figured once Jay Prince stepped into the situation that things would be settled. And being honest, the beef between Kanye and Drake is I don't want to say it's dumb, but it was kind of like, all right, what is this about again? You know what I mean? It kind of started to get to that point, like, what exactly is the issue? And then, Kanye spoke on it, and he was like, he felt, Drake was alluding to some things, or he wasn't being clear on certain things. And it's like, okay, but is that a beef? Like, why not just speak to him? Like,
no, what it is, have you ever thought some shit and maybe been wrong about it, but we already beefing? So now we just gotta keep going. We gotta go now. This is just what it is now.
But when you're two big brands, the caliber of Drake and Kanye, you can't fall into dumb shit like that. Like that type of shit, you just have to ignore, or y'all know each other personally. Y'all have to have that conversation and be like, yo, like, what's going on? Am I like, I'm sensing something? Is there something like going on like that I don't know about? But to let it drag out the way it did for, as many years as it's been, it just was, it got to the point where it was, I'm glad they hashed that out, because it kind of got stale. It was like, what are y'all beefing about really?
Do you think that this is just my theory in my head, not to say I believe it or not.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think because the response to Donda and to CLB was good but not great or lopsided or anything, it kind of got the same response? And I'm not saying a bad or good. It just kind of got the same regular response. Do you think if it had been lopsided, there would be peace here? Because I think if CLB would have been drastically better than Donda, or Donda would have been drastically better than CLB, which people can argue, I'm just saying the general response.
Yeah.
There would not be this like crazy shit. Because when Scorpion and Ye went out, clearly Ye was a pile of shit. And Scorpion was cool. Not Drake's best, but it was a good album. This was just kind of the same response to me, I feel like. So now it's like, what are we beefing? Like, we're both on the same level now.
Yeah, I think that it may be some of that. I don't think it's much to that. Donda is a whole different type of sound, different type of project than CLB. But CLB, is Drake. It did the numbers that it was supposed to do.
But you could have drastically different albums and get the same response. Like, I'll put it this way. I think when Solange put out Seat at the Table, it did have a similar impact response the way Summer did with Over It. Like, two completely different albums, but the response and impact that they had were about the same. And I'm saying with CLB and Donda, the impact and response was just like, all right, cool. No one had a lopsided shit where they could say, yo, my album just shitted on yours. Because they was doing the back and forth fucking when we're going to put it out battle shit. And no one won. There was no winner.
I think that, like I said, I think it's some to that. I think it's more so like, you know, just the brands are so big. And the beef is really not that serious. So it's like, yo, let's just put this shit behind us. 2022 is coming, you know, performance venues are back open. I think they see the bigger picture. You know, and then Jay Prince stepping in and them really trying to do something monumental as far as for the Hoover family.
Yeah, for sure.
And trying to help, you know, with that situation. I just think that it's you know, put their ego to the side and let's hash this out. Y'all are too big to be beefing. Like y'all are the brands are too powerful. And it's the things that y'all can do together.
I agree.
Is this beef is not worth stopping any of that from happening. So I'm glad to see them, and they were really friends at one point. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So I'm glad to see them get past that and put that behind them. It's gonna be dope to see you know, if they get this concert to happen. I believe Jay Prince said December 9th.
Something like that, yeah.
I'm thinking
at the Crypto Center, or is it?
I'm thinking they go SoFi Stadium with this one.
Yeah. That would be the way to go.
I think the Staples Center might be too small for this.
I'm sorry, it's the crypto.com center?
Well, it will be named at Christmas, I believe. So we're still calling it Staples Center. Crypto.com is a nasty name for an arena. I think that's just terrible.
Big Crip.
But yeah, like, come on, in the city. But here's the thing, though. I was thinking about it. I was like, damn, Staples Center, like, that was such a iconic name.
Yeah.
But then I started thinking, like, when was the last time you went to Staples? They can't afford this rent.
That's true. That is true.
Like, I was like, damn, I have not been to Staples in about a decade.
That's true, but it's some other
people. Back to school shopping is getting a laptop and putting your kid on Zoom. That's the Zoom Center now.
You know, I get it. I think the Staples, as far as Staples, that's like going to like Kinko's at this point.
Yeah.
But Crypto.com is just a nasty
It's
name.
It's a terrible name.
Yeah, it's just like, how do you brand that? Like, I just don't know. But
what would have been a better brand?
Well, God, you sound like
where did that come from?
What would have been a better brand?
I don't know. Maybe something more California.
Here's the thing. I would have loved.
I'm not mad at that.
If crypto, because of course that's how so many stadiums make their actual money is off sponsorships and what's named and all that shit. Mm-hmm. If there was some way to make that shit the Kobe Bryant Arena brought to you by crypto, like somehow that we could just call that the Kobe, like the Mamba, like that would be ill if crypto would have done that. Mm-hmm. It still could have been presented by crypto, or every sign says crypto, but somehow it's Mamba or it's Kobe Center. I think would have been the ill way to do that.
And they may have some amazing things,
I'm sure,
in store as far as branding and, you know, marketing and stuff like that. But just the name Crypto.com is
.com in a name is
I just don't know, man.
Did you go to the site?
Did I go where? To the site? No.
Oh, marketing didn't work then?
No, absolutely not. It's still the Staples Center as far as I'm concerned. Like it'll always be the Staples Center. But yeah, $700 million. They paid that tab for that name, so
that's gonna be rough. Because I mean, I've never been to a Laker game, but I have been to the Staples Center for stuff. I do see Bloods there from time to time. Like it must be rough in the group chat to be like, "Yo, where you about to go link?"
Crypto.
Big Crip.
You are stupid, man. You are stupid. Going to the big.
I'm
Crip?
joking, dog. I have nothing to do with gang violence.
Nipsey, man.
I'm a civilian. I love all gangs.
Yeah, but I think that they would have to do that concert at the SoFi Stadium. They would have to. It's a bigger. It holds more people, and then obviously you can put seats on the field. You know what I mean? Things like that. So yeah, I think they have to do it there.
I would say do it on all that land Kanye has in Wyoming, but I think with the recent stuff going on, building out a whole new stage with security, proper safety precautions probably ain't the time.
And I think that's asking Drake to go too much into Kanye's world. You know what I mean? Like going to Wyoming, that's like a Kanye thing.
Well, he did. That's how this whole thing started. He went to Wyoming and said, "Hey, look at my child."
No.
That's exactly what happened.
The funniest shit, I don't see anybody talking about it online. The funniest shit to me about that picture that they took was Kanye wearing a VIP laminate to walk around Drake's house.
hysterical.
I'm like, fam, why do you have this?
I zoomed in to see if Jay Prince had one.
What? No. No. Jay Prince absolutely does not have a VIP laminate to walk around Drake's house. That was just funny to me. Like, they made Kanye wear a VIP laminate.
In Kanye's defense, Drake walked around his own crib in a ski mask and did TikTok dances. So,
but that's your crib. You can do what the fuck you want.
You could wear every chain in the house.
Exactly. But making Kanye wear a VIP pass,
I'm just saying,
like nobody knows who Kanye is.
Wearing a ski mask in your own crib, which I'm sure you have some of the highest level security of all time. Like, did you send out a memo? Like, yo, I'm gonna shoot some TikTok dances today in a ski mask, and I'm gonna look like I'm about to rob my own crib.
I hope that was random. I hope it wasn't like a thought out execution like that. Like, I hope that was just some random shit he did, because that was just weird.
It was a whole music video.
It worked.
Right foot left, left foot right.
It worked. It worked. I didn't understand what he was doing with it. I didn't think Drake needed that type of song at the time, but it worked. It absolutely worked.
It fit the times. We were on side.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you think happens next? Just so we can get off Drake and Kanye, because I'm such a hypocrite that I've said I'm so fucking tired of talking about this yet. Here I am.
Music actually absolutely happens. The concert happens. I don't know if it'll happen as soon as December 9th, but I think it happens at some point. But most importantly, I think that we get music, which is, to me, that's all I care about, is just give us good music.
I think at the show, if it happens, we get an announcement of a joint project that will be a pump fake.
You don't think it'll actually happen?
No. I think we will get an announcement or some type of alluding that this project is going to happen, because they're both two very sensitive artists. I don't mean that in a negative way at all.
Artists are sensitive.
Yeah. And that's why they're so great. Two very sensitive artists. I think their emotions there's really no middle ground. It's either all the way, all or nothing.
Right.
And I think they went all the way on the beef side. They're about to get all the way on the I love you side. And I think we're gonna get. I think we're gonna get the love fest. He took all his fucking Adidas shoes and Yeezy stuff from his house, drove his golf cart down the street, and threw it on his lawn. It's what ex-girlfriends do.
So you think that was like going all the way?
And then went on a Travis Scott record and said he bust a left.
Yeah, but nothing never happened. Like, that's my thing.
I'm glad nothing never happened. I love both of them.
So that's what I mean. Like, it was just it was a personal thing, because they have a real relationship with each other.
We're gonna get the love fest.
Yeah.
Now it's gonna be annoying how much they love each other.
But I'll take that any day over, like,
just
really
give me some good music.
Yeah,
you and
just
I
give me good music.
People that love Glow.
Yeah, like, exactly.
I love Glow.
I loved it. So give me more of that. Give me some great music. Give us some great visuals. And maybe even collab on a sneaker or two. Why not?
Yeah.
Go all the way there with it. Fuck it. Why not?
I guess we could stay in that range real quick. Because I guess Tidal has something to do with it. Did you see the new Tidal news?
About them paying the artists and the creatives out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I saw that.
Also, 10% of that income will go to the artist that you stream the most. Which I'm not gonna say they stole our idea, because I'm happy they did, but we've been talking about that shit for 5 fucking years.
Yeah.
Like, why the fuck is the artist I stream the most not getting all of my money?
Right. Yeah, I think this is Tidal probably knocking down a different door in this streaming space.
It's a good start.
It's a real good start. And I'm seeing a lot of artists are really happy about this.
Yeah, because I mean, and that just shows you how important your core fan base can get. Like, for example, we'll use Griselda guys because that's just a good example, and that's our people. If they could get a majority of the money of the people that have signed up for a streaming service that are mostly just listening to the fucking 25 albums that they put out all the time, now a core fan base is more profitable than maybe I'll pop up on a playlist today.
Yeah.
It's changing somewhat of the payola game, where you have to get in a certain algorithm with playlists. Not to say it won't help, because eventually that will build somewhat of a core, but now I can really focus on the people that like this type of music that I make, and I don't have to go try weird shit and kind of alienate them. I can find a way where I get that direct income via the streaming, the way I used to, the way Nipsey would put out the $100 mixtape. I'm gonna go right to my people and get the money from them.
Right.
Streaming kind of took that shit away.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think it's a great move. It's a great start. Hopefully, it's the start of a domino effect with other streaming platforms. And again, it's just Tidal. being brave enough to step out there and say this is the right thing to do, and hopefully all other streaming platforms follow suit and start to do the same and pay these artists out more money. Because seeing some of these streaming numbers, what artists have to stream to make $100,000 is insane. It's insane.
Fucking billion streams. Or some shit.
It's crazy.
And not to say that 10% is going to be a lot, because they still need to fix that fraction of a fucking penny. And I know Tidal pays out the most of any other streaming service, but yeah, it is a way.
It's a start.
I think Tidal may not end up ever being in that 3 biggest streaming sites. I think even with, I know we don't listen, typically our demographic doesn't listen to Amazon Music. I know they're changing that a lot, but a lot of the world uses Amazon Music.
Yeah.
And obviously we have Apple and Spotify. But I think the stuff Tidal's been doing, they've been looking at. Because even when they've changed like the hi-fi level of music with Apple Music now, how they do playlisting, like Tidal's kind of been that example for all these other streaming services that are too big to realize the niche shit that consumers and artists need. So if they never become the biggest, they will have that impact like, yo, we did the little shit that's really gonna matter in the long run for this streaming game. And I think that's important.
They do they pay attention to the detail.
Yeah.
Even with the credits on albums and projects and songs that Tidal does, little things like that, making sure that people are recognized that worked on these projects. I think that's important, and it just sets them apart.
Yeah.
Are we ever gonna be as big as Apple or Spotify? Maybe not, but we're going to have things that we do with our platform that they're not doing, that hopefully people love and care about more. And, we'll start to follow here and, stream here and support their artists because we pay them more.
And that's shit. That gives you the ability. Sometimes having the largest fan base is not the most ideal thing.
No, not at all.
You could try different things when you have a regular fan base the way Tidal does. But yeah, I just want to shout them out because I thought that was really interesting and really cool.
Yeah, shout out to Tidal, man. That's a brave, bold move that they did, and I respect that.
Do we want to get into to Auntie Verzuz, or do we want to get into 3 6 and Bone Thugs? Because I do want to. I know people hate Verzuz talk, but I still enjoy it. Chaka Khan and Stephanie Mills is tonight, I believe, right?
Yes.
As we're recording this. I can't wait for that.
It's again, I like the statement that Miss Chaka Khan put out and saying, this is just us showcasing our talents and our catalog and our art for the world. It's not a battle. We don't dislike each other. It's we just want to have fun and just have a great night. And I think that's what Verzuz turned into. It's not, when it started, I think it was more of a battle thing, but as it progressed and once Triller stepped in, it just became a celebration of just the art and catalog of these amazing, talented, legendary artists that we have in our culture. And Chaka Khan and Stephanie Mills are right up there with the
100%.
legends.
But I mean, I think 3 6 and Bone Thugs, even though I think it's a weird matchup, would be more of a battle. I think what Chaka Khan said that, I think she was kind of saying, I don't play y'all little internet games. We're here to listen to some music. I'm tired. Like, I don't do the shit y'all. She's probably looked at her YouTube comments or the internet like twice in her life and was like, oh, this is what the fuck y'all do on here? It's just mad negativity and people shitting on each other.
Right.
Hey, this is what this is. Now, with 3 6 and Bone Thugs, I think you could get more of a actual battle out of that. Now, I think it's going to be weird when I'm trying to miss my Uncle Charlie and Slob on My Knob comes on, but we'll see how these two go back and forth.
Yeah, so I found the statement that Chaka Khan released. She said, we don't need no script. We don't need fun and games. We don't need no battles. We don't need no bullshit. I'm not here to play. I wouldn't battle nobody. It's not a competition.
Yeah, that's all that is. I've seen what y'all do on the internet. I'm not playing with that.
Yeah.
Y'all are fucking weird and negative. Like, leave me alone.
Yeah, I respect that. I respect that coming. I mean, and again, I've been felt like that with these verses. It's like it's just it's like a show. You know what I mean? Like you do a record, I do a record, back and forth type of thing. But it's I don't feel like, even though I felt like the Fat Joe Ja Rule one
that was a battle though.
And that was expected because
so
it's hip hop.
Locks, so
it was the Locks was definitely a battle. They had Michael Buffer, like Styles was trying to pull Cam off the beach chair. Sheik was calling grown men pussies.
Yeah.
I was like, this is over. I didn't think that we was gonna get a single bar that night, but we got a legendary battle that night.
Mr. Verzuz just destroyed everyone.
Yeah.
That's fire to me though. That if you look at this entire Verzuz thing of the amount of legends that have been on this, their accomplishments, the music they made, everything, that Jadakiss is still Mr. Verzuz.
Yeah, and I, again, I tweeted that night, like, yo, because I saw a lot of people just counting the locks out, like, and I was like, oh, y'all just don't know about the locks, and it's fine. Like, the locks were from the late 90s, so it's like, a lot of these people that are on the internet watching this thing now, they were born in 99. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, okay, y'all weren't outside, so I understand. But yeah, I'm gonna watch Chaka Khan, Stephanie Mills only because it's like, listen, it's two legends, man. Why not?
I feel you.
Yeah.
Bring you back to your teenage love affair.
3 6 and Bone Thugs.
Another teenage love affair.
I don't know if that's love. I don't know if it was any love affairs in.
I think he might have been in a few.
Well, slob on my knob will make you fall in love
For sure.
If a girl knows how to slob on your knob correctly, you will have a love affair.
I mean, if she could sing Thuggish Ruggish Bone at the right pitch, I might fall in love.
Or sing
Especially when I was a teenager.
Or sing it while you're slobbing on my knob. That sounds like a great time.
Wait, what?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Sing Thuggish Ruggish Bone. Well,
yeah, the
I feel like
how they flip their syllables.
I feel like teeth have to be used when you sing.
No, it's just
Thuggish Ruggish Bone.
It's more so like this, the rapid tongue from like,
okay.
you know what I'm saying?
Thuggish. All right, yeah, okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I mean. To me, I'm just like, I'm down. I'd go for it. She can try it.
Would you take that girl on vacation?
Yeah, but you got to know, we talked about this. You have to know what type of woman to take where. Like, where you can't take a woman just, you have to know which woman you could take to which vacation destination. Every woman is not Turks worthy. Every woman is not, Hawaii worthy. Every woman is not the Bahamas worthy. Some women you just got to take right to Miami.
Okay.
Or, take right to Orchard Beach in the Bronx. Maybe Long Island, maybe Jones Beach or something like that.
Or Long Beach. Long Beach is nice.
Yeah, but everybody can't go to the crystal blue waters.
But why would you, if the type of girl that you can't take to Turks, you would take to Miami, you could find that girl in Miami.
Maybe.
You don't need to take her to Miami.
Maybe.
She's there already.
Right, but you still have to know, like, the bigger picture is you have to know which woman deserves what vacation destination.
But I feel like
because a woman gotta have style. Like, see, because a lot of women don't have vacation style. They don't have vacation etiquette. They wear the wrong shit on vacation.
But it's vacation. It don't matter what you wear.
No, it does.
As long as it's nothing.
If a woman doesn't have style, she can embarrass you when it's time to go to dinner at night on a vacation. You'll walk in that restaurant from like, what the fuck is she wearing? I'm telling you.
I mean, but you don't know nobody out there. That's the beauty of vacation.
But it's you, though. You're sitting across the table and you have to look at this terrible getup that she chose to wear for the night.
You booked a flight.
You don't know.
You never saw what she wore before Turks?
But that's what I'm saying. You don't know what she packed. You have to trust that you have a woman that's stylish enough to know what to wear when it's still 80 degrees at night on the island. You know what I mean? Like, every woman don't know how to really throw that together. Like, you can't go to dinner with her wearing like the fishnet see-through cover-up that she had on her bikini. Like, she can't wear that to dinner.
Well, she put formal lingerie under it this time for dinner instead of the bathing suit.
Oh, it's embarrassing because now you sitting there.
Well, what resort are we at?
It doesn't matter.
Are we at Noble and Cabo or are we at
you're sitting
the Sandals in Jamaica?
You're sitting amongst other grown adults. And like your girl walks in with like some fishnet see-through something for dinner.
Yeah, I'm about to bust that down later after these lamb chops.
Man, she can't see. Everything ain't for everybody. You know what I mean? Like, you got to know who you taking and where you taking them to.
I feel like, and why I guess men are kind of pieces of shit. I feel like the girl you're trying more to court or impress gets the iller vacations than the girl that you already have and know.
Oh yeah, of course. But even her, you have to know where to take her though. Because you can be trying to court her and it's new and it's fresh and it's like, but you have to know where to take her. You can't just decide, I'm going to take her here, and then you get to an island and you're like, oh my God. But now you're stuck for 4 or 5 days with this woman that doesn't deserve to be on this island with you.
Well, 4 or 5 days with a new person, you're setting yourself up. I can't do 4 or 5 days with people I've known for the rest of my entire life.
How long would you usually spend on a vacation in the islands? It's 4 days at least.
Yeah, all right. 3 actual real days. Yeah. And then that 4th for the travel.
Yeah.
I get irritated real easy. I have to find somebody that I know that we could go explore different parts of this resort for like
it's fun,
a couple hours away from each other and then together.
Knows how to have good conversation, likes to laugh, have a good time.
But I mean,
just don't give me an itinerary. We spoke about. Don't have an itinerary talking about, yo, we got to get up at 8:30 because the shuttle leaves at 10, and we're gonna don't give me that. I want to get up when I want to get up on vacation.
I'm gonna sound really fucking miserable, and I'm gonna get killed on this. And this has nothing to do with my life experience. I promise you guys, this is really for pod conversation purposes. The wifey vacations you may not want to waste on the ill trip.
That's sick as fuck. You don't want to take wifey to the ill destinations?
Because it's gonna be a wifey vacation. It's gonna be what you just said.
It's gonna be what you just said. A dope vacation.
Oh no, I'm not saying that.
Okay.
I'm not saying that.
All right,
of course.
all right.
And I'm not saying go take a side somewhere. I'm just saying, in between when you're just dating a girl, like a new girl, or when you've been with a girl for a long time. I promise it's nothing to do with my life. The more I say it, the more it sounds like it is, but I promise it's not.
Okay.
Yeah, them wifey vacations, like with your family, it feels like at that point.
Like I know you.
Yeah, dog, we can't explore anything about each other.
See, that's fucked up because I feel the opposite.
No, but that's a catch-22 of it. Like with vacations with that type of shit, because when you are in the courtship and like dating, getting to know somebody, the illest places to do it are on like vacation. Because it's fun and highs and shit.
But you can get to know your girl or your significant other on a vacation to a place that neither of you have ever been.
That's true. I guess you can learn shit together.
Yeah, like if you put yourselves in a situation where it's like, okay, I've never done this and she hasn't done it either. It's like, okay, you do that together. Now you have that memory recorded and you know what I mean? Like, because a vacation is, if we just being honest, like let's be brutally honest. A vacation is just so we can do stuff during the day, your girl could tan or whatever, and then like you go back to the room and have nasty sex.
Of
like
course.
Fuck this room entirely up. You gotta use 300 towels on vacation.
Oh, of course.
Like you have to keep
I
calling
come
downstairs.
with an extra stack of my own rags.
Yeah, you have to keep calling downstairs like I need 10 more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why does this man keep calling the front desk for towels? Like, because I'm getting nasty in here.
All right, vacations are a couple things because there's levels of the vacation. There is the courtship, let's go have fun, let me get to know you in like a Turks or like, well, let's make it for everybody. Like just a warm location.
Yeah.
Then there's the I'm really in a relationship and like, let's go to the pyramids and learn about history together. Like that's when you get into like a full, let's go to Guam and understand
you take
indigenous
a girl to the
cultures.
pyramids,
Like,
y'all better be engaged or married.
That's what I'm saying. No, this is at like the real wifey stage where those
like
vacations.
If I'm taking you to see King Tut, we're married.
100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not Dubai, even if they're close. It's not Dubai like, let me piss on this girl in this foreign state. Then after, it's a weird cycle, and I've observed it. You go from the hot, warm places to court, then you go travel to like weird locations to learn history and like get to know and be an adult and all that bullshit. And then once that phase is over, you're now at the, I've known this person way too fucking long. Let's go back to the hot, warm resort to see if we can make this thing work again.
Yeah,
let's try to do what we used to do.
Yeah,
and it won't work.
You got to use vacations kind of like a, let's see if the fire is still there between us.
How many times have you been to like a warm resort or location? You could even say Miami and seen that old couple like just trying to make it work.
You could tell
like dog, yo, no, y'all should go back to Paris.
Yeah, like she's in the pool, he's at the bar, they're not speaking to each other.
No.
Yeah, you know that couple. It's like, okay, they're trying to make it work, but it looked like it's over with.
And that's just the 3 levels of vacationing.
Yeah, you have to know who you're taking and where you're taking them. Like that's a real thing. Cause I've had some horrible, like some of the homies call me like, yo, I'm like, what happened to the girl you took to? Bro, we went out there. She got drunk and I had to carry her out of the thing and she was cursing the staff out. Things could go bad. Like
Where'd
really
you take
bad.
her?
Like wherever you took her, she got drunk and started cursing the staff out. Now you're here and these people have to look at you they talk about you in the office like, yo, that couple in room, whatever, like, yo, she's an asshole. So now that your vacation is ruined. It's like, and then you didn't even know this girl had that side to her where she gets drunk like that and curses people out. You still got 2 days left.
Well,
deal with it.
That's why you had to take her to Griffin to figure that out.
No. Exactly. Take her somewhere local. Get to know her first because you don't know where you taking them. Everybody can't go everywhere. That's the bottom line. You got to know where you taking these girls, which vacation, who deserves which destination. Because everybody can't go to the same place.
Do you think a vacation is a good time to ask a girl for a threesome?
I think that's the best place. If a girl that you actually like,
if you see her catching rhythm with another lady there, like, they at the pool kicking it and Like, oh, we're gonna go to the bar, or we're gonna go get something to eat, and you kind of see her getting like a little
vibe.
But it's more so, is it a threesome or is it a swingers thing? Because 9 times out of 10, she's probably with a man, the other chick.
Well, that's where you have to figure out of those types of places you take, which girl to take to what place. Because there's a lot of resorts that a lot of single people are at. Yeah. It's not the couple's resort.
Yeah, absolutely. And hedonism in Jamaica is terrible, by the way. I don't know if I haven't been. Yeah, my homeboys went twice, and they was like, bro, you because I thought hedonism was the shit. Like, there's a bunch of beautiful naked women. No, all old couples walking around.
Ass naked too.
Yeah, titties out, saggy asses. Just nasty.
The nude beaches, like even the ones in Jersey, like it's just gonna be a bunch of nude people you don't. If you don't want to just be naked and be by yourself, don't go to a nude beach.
Yeah, it's
nude beaches is not ill.
It's not what you think. It's definitely not what you think. Which is why I never went. Like after a couple of the homies went, and they like terrible. I'm like, okay, cool. I ain't going there.
I will say though, to Carl's point, if you're with like your girl, that's not like y'all don't already have that threesome relationship, vacation would be the only place that it would pop off. Like it would have to be, you'd have to find something about when girls are not in their hometown or like anywhere around anyone that would know them or judge them, they become themselves that they wanted to become. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. That's a good thing because that woman makes a great mother. But if you get her on that vacation vibe and she lets loose, maybe you can learn some shit about wifey.
I was talking to a friend of mine, and because the whole I never had a threesome thing, she thought I was like lying about it. I'm like, no, no, never had a threesome. And she basically confirmed what I always felt about threesomes. Like, it's really not. It's kind of overrated.
It's for them. It's not for you.
Yeah. So she was like, yo, honestly, you're not really missing anything. But I always felt like that. Like I never felt like having a threesome was something that I needed to do.
All right, at this point, before we beat this into the ground, because we're talking about vacation, wifey, all that shit, you should do that with wifey. And I always say that the opposite. Don't ever do threesome with that. But it is fun. It's like a bonding experience to fuck a girl together. That's a different type of threesome. There's threesomes where 3 people are having sex, and then there's threesomes where you and this girl are gonna go fuck that girl.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's drastically different.
I don't know if
it's a bonding experience. It's a fun thing.
Wifey, no.
Now you wake up like together, like yo, we did that.
Nah.
We smoked her. You know what I mean?
We smoked her boots.
Nah, with wifey, you can't do that.
Yeah, why not?
That's sick. Nah, I don't think I could do that. Not with wifey.
Why
she
not?
Could be tongue kissing her. You know what I mean?
All right, Carl.
Because
relax.
Carl, what's up? Keep going crazy in there. Like,
Jesus Christ, in his own little cubby.
He got nasty real quick, right? Yeah, I don't know, man. A friend of mine, she confirmed it. Like, yeah, you're not really missing nothing.
Or she was saying like, yo, we should go fuck a girl together.
No, she's vocal enough that she would have said that.
Okay.
Yeah, she's not shy though. She would have definitely said that. But yeah, she's like, I mean, if you want to do it, but you're not missing shit. So
just don't force it.
Yeah.
Like I've always said. Is there any other shit that we have to hit on a more fun type of level?
I
know Adele drops tonight while we're recording this. Friday will be out tomorrow or today when you're listening to this. I know you're not like the Adele guy the way I am, but
I love Adele. Shout out to my guy Rich Paul. Yeah, I love Adele.
I didn't know Rich Paul and Adele knew each other.
Shut up. Man, what are you talking about?
Am I missing something?
You didn't know Rich Paul and Adele were like dating? They were together?
So you dead ass?
No.
That's his girlfriend. What's wrong with you?
Are you serious?
That's Rich's girl, yeah.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, well, tell Rich
you want tickets?
His girl's music is great.
You want tickets? Look at you now like, where's Rich's girl? Yeah, nah. Rich and Adele together. Yeah.
Oh,
you didn't see the Oprah special?
No.
Yeah, they Rich posted the pictures. They sat with Oprah together.
I actually feel really good that I don't know that.
Yeah.
That makes me feel better about myself that I really don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
With
I love Adele's
celebrity
music. Adele is she's one of the ones.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, we know that. She's one of the ones.
Well, I'm really excited about this album.
Yeah, me too.
Really,
I'm looking forward
excited.
to it. I'm looking forward to it. We haven't heard from Adele in a minute. So yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing what she cooked up.
Yeah. And I mean, Raven took all the photos, so it's gonna be great.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dope.
Yeah,
Shout out to Raven.
Raven's been Adele's photographer for a little while now.
Yeah,
so.
she took photos of us. I didn't hear the camera go off. I don't know if the photos ever really
didn't
happened.
hit the same way it hit Adele. I promise.
She told us. She said, "No, stand right here."
We didn't look
We
the same.
stood there, and then it was just over. She just walked away. I was like, "Did she take it?" Like,
we ain't look as good as Adele.
It's like I look like Rich. You look like Adele. I don't know. I don't know, but yeah. Shout out to Raven. That's dope. That she's doing dope shit, man.
Of course.
I remember having a conversation with Raven years ago when she first spoke to me about getting into taking photos. And I told her, I was like, yo, that's dope. Go for that shit. Like, you know what I mean? Do it. Like, she didn't know anything about it.
I remember too.
She just said she wanted to buy a camera and jump into it. And she had an idea for a series. I don't know if she ever did it. Well, she didn't call me to take a photo, but she had a really dope idea for a series of photos she wanted to do. I'm not sure she did it, but she should definitely do that because I thought that was an amazing
Was it the Say
idea.
Cheese thing?
I think so. Did she do that?
She did it, yeah.
Oh.
That was the first series that like really popped off for her.
Okay.
Ravy B, the photographer that people that don't know,
Yeah.
Jay-Z, Beyonce, all that shit. One of my best
shout
friends.
Shout out to Raven, man.
Wow, I didn't know I had all these people that were so close to Adele in my life.
Yeah, man.
Here I am playing her in the studio. Y'all are like, hey, are you sad? I'm like, no, I just like Adele.
No, she's her timeless classic voice, man. She's amazing. Adele is amazing.
I would like out of this album like some features. I know she doesn't do that type of shit. I would like to hear like some crooning,
and we don't get an Adele leak of a
duets.
track list, do we? That doesn't happen with Adele, does it?
I doubt it. Let me see on the pre-order.
Yeah, I would love to see like the track list just to see like what we're gonna get. Like, what if we see like a 21 Savage feature with Adele?
Oh no, we have with Errol Garner. Okay, I feel like there's gonna be, and I really don't have any inside information. I promise. I feel like there's gonna be some sneaky features in here because I feel like she hasn't done that shit before.
Yeah, I hope so.
Like I need a crooning James Blake Adele duet.
But everybody, it would have to be the special ones though, because everybody can't hang with Adele on the 100%. Track. So yeah, I would love to see.
I just feel like James could outsad her.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, Adele's happy now, so that's might be
true.
Yeah. So that you might be right in that. She's happy now. So
hey,
you know
Rich,
what they say.
Rich, I better not get no fucking happy music on this album.
Yeah, Rich. If it's too heavy on the happy, man, we are gonna have to get in the group text.
I don't like this. Yeah.
Take Rich to the strip club, give him some lap dances, piss Adele off.
Secretly videotape
him. Get back to the real shit, man. Yeah. Absolutely.
Even if Rich does nothing, I Photoshop it.
Yeah. Get Peach on it. He'll make it happen. He'll disturb that home in a minute.
Is there any other music coming out tomorrow? Do y'all know? I've been traveling.
I've been traveling.
Oh, Silk Sonic came out. I know we talked about it on stage so much. That's why I feel like we're repeating ourselves. I fucking hate when we do live shows.
Sonic
and
came
I
out,
forget
and I love the fact that they kept it. They didn't go crazy. What is it? 9 tracks.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Do you feel like this is a Anderson .Paak?
You said that
featuring Bruno Mars.
No,
album?
Man. Bruno is Bruno, man.
I didn't say he wasn't.
But we're not gonna say featuring. Like, nah. Bruno is Bruno. This is Silk Sonic.
No, he killed Anderson's backgrounds.
He killed his leads too. I'm not gonna let you do that to Bruno. He killed his fucking leads.
I love
man.
Bruno.
Yeah, Bruno's amazing.
I just feel like
Bruno's
Anderson kind of
he shined more on this. You think?
Yeah, and I feel like how we kept saying whose world are they gonna go into, even though Bruno obviously does this type of music.
Absolutely.
As how they delivered it, like even on certain cadences and shit, it was times at one point I thought Bruno was Anderson. Like I felt like he was delivering like Anderson on most records.
Okay.
He wasn't delivering like Bruno, which I'm fine with because I really enjoy the project.
Mm-hmm.
And I do want to do a lyric breakdown on one of those joints next episode. Because they've been through some shit.
Yeah, no, I love
subtly.
I love the project. They got Bootsy Collins on there on some of the intros, which is dope. So yeah, I like this album, man. I think it was worth the wait. I think they may have waited maybe 2 months too late to drop it. I feel like 2 months ago would have been perfect to drop it.
I mean, we said we like taking their time.
But I'm not mad that they made us
taking time for 9. Yeah, I get it.
You know, it was like because when we got the first single, when was it? January?
Long time ago.
You know what I mean? So it was like they really rolled this thing out, slow cooked it, made us wait. They didn't want the music to just be microwave. You know, people's songs come out and they just listen for a week and then that's it. So they really wanted to slow cook this, but it's a great project.
What did you think about Smoking Out the Window?
Love it. Love that song.
What about like the contents of it?
I think it was right on brand. I seen a lot of people calling it like, you know, parody shit and all that.
Oh no, I was talking about like just how you the way they were explaining the girl
But they were simping for sure.
that they were going with, the first verse, they broke down like who she, like, yo, she was a hoe. She had a kid. Her man was almost got me beat the fuck up. Everything was like, yo, let me take her on vacation.
Yeah. You definitely want to take it. She needs it. She needs it.
I don't want to judge them because, not to say I've been in that situation, but I've come close. It was so many red flags in that first verse. And then it was like, now I'm just sitting here smoking out of the window. Like, sir,
contemplate.
Did you listen to your own first verse?
Right. No, I thought the song was dope. I thought it was a perfect last single for the project.
Yeah.
The music is crazy. The vocals of that Anderson .Paak and Bruno.
Thundercat on there too.
Yeah, they this entire project, every song to me is like, and I'm glad it's not 9 tracks was perfect.
31 minutes, yeah.
Perfect. That was a perfect amount of music for that type of vibe and that type of sound.
I just want to do more of a deep dive. I want to sit with them just to talk about Smoking Out the Window. Like, I need to hear about this relationship with this girl
I want to sit with them to talk about just the entire project and the way they rolled it out. Like, to me, that was real brave and bold for them to do that in the era where, you know, like you said, we get music every week now.
Yeah.
So I like the fact that they slow cooked it and, you know, they gave it to us in doses and then gave us the full course. And they delivered. They didn't drop the ball. The album is dope. The music is incredible. The vocals are incredible. I know you like to say it's almost too perfect.
On this one, it still kind of is. It is still Bruno in that capacity, as it's extremely polished. But I think I need to see this album live.
Oh, I can't wait.
Because I think you'll get some of the more warm imperfections and not polish it with the live band. And I know they're gonna.
Seeing them live is a must. You have to see
this album. To me, I think will make more sense live than it does on record.
And then live, the band gets to play with the music a little more.
And we know Anderson and Bruno together both with their own.
I still tell people Bruno Mars still has one of the best halftime Super Bowl shows ever.
Well, he's done the last 7. So you talking about the one with Beyonce? Which one are you talking about?
Any of them. He's just one of those performers that anytime he touches the stage, it's a full out performance. Like, he's a performer, entertainer in every sense of the word.
This may sound blasphemous to a lot of people. Where do you rank it with The Weeknd's last year or this year? That was this year, right?
This year.
The Weeknd's was dope visually, especially with the whole COVID shit and him using the bandages all year, walking around like that in character. I think he played into that perfectly with all of the dancers and everybody. The moving pieces had to wear masks, obviously. I think The Weeknd played into that amazingly. Vocally, it wasn't. I mean, The Weeknd is not strong as vocally as Bruno.
Of course not. I just think the performance in itself was.
They went all out.
That shit was crazy.
No, the Weeknd shit was definitely one of the best we've seen.
I don't know if it was an internet thing where that mob mentality where people have to start to hate something when one person starts, but to me that Weeknd shit was incredible. I don't know why everyone hated that shit. I went back and watched it. Even I think I may have had a few comments about it, but then I watched it again. I was like, this shit is incredible.
Yeah, I think some people were more so talking about the vocal performance more than anything. You know what I mean? But I think that he visually what they were able to do with that performance for The Weeknd was amazing.
And then we have what? Dre and Snoop this year?
Dre, Snoop, Mary, Eminem. I feel like I'm missing Kendrick. Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
That's gonna be an insane medley.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow. And it's in LA, right?
I believe so. I'm not
sure. Yeah, I think it's at the Sophie Field or whatever that shit is called. The crypto.com football field.
That's a terrible name. That's a terrible name.
Oh, all right. Speaking of, I know we killed Ho for all that, but I mean, at least we get all those performances at halftime.
He got it right.
No, but in this era though of like the football fan and how crazy they've gotten about like don't bring anything black around me except for the players.
Us to death.
Yeah. That lineup is fucking nuts.
Pissing people off.
That's gonna be hysterical.
Sure. Like, and there's no Garth. you know, football fans want their Garth Brooks at halftime.
Bruce Springsteen is not on this bill.
Yeah, nah, they pissed off about that. They want Garth, they want Bruce, not this year.
And you know Kendrick's gonna
go crazy.
Yeah,
he's gonna go crazy. It was good to see Kendrick.
Might be a whole African tribe on that stage.
Yeah, he's gonna go crazy. He's gonna go absolutely crazy.
He might rap his whole set on one knee.
I'm not mad. That's fire.
I love that.
Yo, that's fire. I'm not mad at that at all. I'm definitely not mad at that.
And put the American flag behind him. He might freestyle over the fucking Star Spangled Banner on one knee.
If he do that, it's gonna be a riot. You know they can't. You can't mess up the Star Spangled Banner.
Kendrick,
Don't remix the Star Spangled.
Kendrick, I know you're not listening, but
we know you won't hear this.
If even do, I don't know, if you do the Pledge of Allegiance somehow, remix it, do something to just piss off white people.
Yeah. I think them just being in the building is pissing people off.
I think everyone should forgive Jay for however they viewed that entire deal with the NFL.
Which
if he freestyles,
they still don't know what the deal was.
If he freestyles over the Star Spangled Banner on one knee, then it's all worth it.
That's gonna be the last year for that shit. I can guarantee. If that happens, that lineup gonna look very different next year.
What if they say all those names and Cap just comes out to just an empty stage? It's like, hey, I'd like to talk to you guys about police brutality.
Yeah.
No Dre, no Snoop, no Mary.
I would love for them to try to incorporate Kaepernick in some form or fashion. I would love that. Do that. Why not?
Of course, I don't know the deal or anything like that. But Jay, you still have to play the game somewhat. The NFL is not.
I'm not
allowing
saying
Kaepernick is going to be at the halftime speech.
No. I'm not saying I'm just saying incorporate him somehow. I'm not saying he has to be there.
I mean, I'm sure they're not picking their wardrobe. Everyone could wear 7 jerseys.
That I'm sure Kendrick would probably do the afro. You know what I mean? Like just little things like that, little subtle.
Are we sure of this lineup? We're just talking shit right now.
No, that's
Kendrick on the bill for sure.
Yeah, that's been announced.
That day in Vegas shit, I will say, I have not like envied missing a performance in quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
That Kendrick shit looked insane.
Yeah, it looked like just seeing him in that whole and what he was wearing. It gave the whole retro vibe. It was Kendrick in every sense of the word. Like he's doing his own thing. He doesn't look like nobody. He doesn't sound like nobody. And it just looks like he's now in a different. In his life, you could tell he's in a different space. He's doing something totally different. He's all the way in his art bag, his creative energy, and everything is intentional.
Yeah.
From his image and his aesthetics and the wardrobe and the music was always intentional with him. But you can tell now he's a complete artist. He's a complete artist now.
And the records he chose to perform to, like Seasides off of Good Kid, Mad City, he was performing. I was like, all right, this is one of those I would have still sing About Me when he got his bag on that. I was like, all right, I would have loved to see that performed at a festival.
Mm-hmm.
And just even with the stage presence he had with all the dancers and the certain type of choreographical shit he was doing, like that was one of those shows.
I like seeing artists disappear and then come back and like look totally different, but
only
still
few
sound sharp.
Only few get that luxury.
Oh, absolutely. We
Only
know that.
few.
On the greats, the legends get that luxury. And it's good to see them come back and they haven't missed a beat. They still sharp. The music isn't suffering. I just like that. I love seeing artists, stay out of the public eye for a while, and then when you see them, it's like they look good. They sound amazing, and that's what Kendrick did with at Day in Vegas. He looked great, sound amazing, and I can't wait for new music from him. Honestly, he's one of those dudes that you look at like, Kendrick is recording. He's back in the studio. Like even when you hear that, you're like, okay, cool.
Yeah. And shout out to Day in Vegas. To my understanding, I didn't see any major crazy health things. I didn't see anyone passed away. Didn't see anything outside of the norm for a festival. Mm-hmm. So shout out to them for putting on a safe show, especially at that capacity. Because I mean, to me, that's probably the best lineup I've seen in quite some time for any festival. And the amount of acts and the amount of people, 3 days, like that's some hard shit to pull off.
Yeah.
So shout out to everyone behind that.
Absolutely.
But to talk about somebody that definitely preached being an amazing father, unfortunately, young Dolph passed away on Wednesday in Memphis. And I believe it was a cookie store that he had been promoting for quite some time. And I will say, I don't know the politics behind anything that's going on. The only thing I do know is somebody that was an amazing talent, and from what we see, an amazing family man passed away. And that shit is extremely unfortunate.
It's unfortunate, but it's so familiar. Mm-hmm. And it's unfortunate to say that me personally as a black man, I've become numb to it. It won't be the last. It's unfortunate to say it won't be the last. And it's a cycle that, as black men or black people, that we've just been caught up in for so many years. It's this street mentality, this energy that we walk with and we live with in our communities is so toxic and so so much trauma behind it. And coming from somebody that lost a brother to gun violence, it changes you. It changes the family. You no longer have a certain trust that you had in people when someone is taken away from you like that. It changes you forever. It turns you into this cold person that you have a hard time looking at people and really trusting.
Yeah.
Because something in someone that you love so much and you cared about was taken away due to gun violence, and it just perpetuates more situations.
Sure.
More families will suffer. It's just more black children growing up without their father. A black woman having to raise kids without her husband, and all for what?
Yeah.
It's like, what is it all for? What is it all about? And it's again, it's just this nasty cycle and this nasty energy that we have in our community that I think that I don't know if we'll ever truly break out of it, because you look at the world now and the opportunity and the access that we have with the internet and being able to be entrepreneurs. There's so many young entrepreneurs now, a lot of young creatives making a lot of money. Information is so available these days. So you ask yourself, and you still, a lot of these communities, there's still not a lot of resources. It's still not a lot of jobs and programs available in certain areas of the country that need to be addressed, and we know that. But here's a guy that loved his city, repped his city all over the world wherever he went, openly gave to people, gave opportunity, supported people, put people in position to do better things with their lives and better themselves. It was very big on giving. He always spoke about giving opportunity, giving because he didn't have opportunities. So when he wasn't put in a position to give people an opportunity, he made sure he did that. Was into real estate. He has a real estate catalog already set up for his kids. They own a lot of properties. I was reading, he owned all of his masters. So he was one of those minds that just understood that he had to be the guy to break the cycle and break the chain of, how he does business and how he moves as a man and the way he sets up his kids' future. So it's just unfortunate to see him taken from his family and taken from the culture in his own backyard in the city that he loved, supporting a business that was black owned. And it's unfortunate, man. Like, I bumped into Dolph when we were in Atlanta, or when I was in Atlanta early this year at the airport. We were going through TSA together, like literally right behind each other. But you have the mask on, so you really can't see people's faces anymore. Yeah. But when he had to take his jacket off, so it's the Dolph chain and all that. I said, "Oh, that's Dolph," and I just made sure I gave him dap, and I said, "Yo, like I fuck with you, like I like what you're doing. I like the things that you're saying. I like the way you move. Like you're doing it right." And it was a quick exchange, gave each other dap, and went our separate ways. But it was just unfortunate to receive that news and to read that online and then to see the images and stuff like that. And we don't realize how much trauma that gives us. You know what I'm saying? Like when we see people in our culture being taken like that, because we just so used to scrolling. Mm-hmm. Like we don't realize that shit stays with us. Those broad images stay with us. Yeah, like, and it's unfortunate, man, because here's a guy that from his city, like Nip, was trying to do some positive things and trying to support and put people in position to better themselves and give back to the community and love his people. And, his own people taking him out. It's tragic. It's unfortunate. Again, more black children now growing up without their father. And it's just, I'm just being honest. I don't know if it'll ever stop. I don't know if I'll be alive for it. I hope it stops. I don't know if I'll be here to see it, but it's unfortunate. Like it's an unfortunate thing that in our culture we are so accustomed to and so used to, that it's a shame. And you know, again, it's not the last, and that's the thing that bothers me, is that this is not going to be the last.
Yeah, and unfortunately, not everyone's famous, so not the last could be happening right now. In the next hour, everything. That is really sad that everyone doesn't even get the proper attention when the same situation does happen, just because they're not famous, and also could be doing just as much positive shit in the world. That also kind of doubles down on how sad that entire thing can be. But prayers for Dolph's family, for his 2 kids, his wife. It's funny when you brought up,
and continue to support them, because you know, a lot of people, again, I'm speaking from experience, a lot of people are there when, you know, it first happens, and you know, they're there for the family, they reach out, but those calls stop, those visits stop, the support stops. And you know, not saying that, you know, life goes on. It's I don't want to sound harsh, but that's just the reality. Life will go on. But it's important to always reach back to families that go through tragedy like this, especially when the kids are so young, because, you know, they grow up with so many questions. They grow up with so many, you know, things in their mind. And it's important to have a village of people around them that love and support them, and let them know that we're still here. And your father was doing great things. He had a lot of morals, a lot of integrity that he stood on, and you know, he was trying to make effective change in his family and in his community. And that's something that I don't think should fade away. I think we should keep you know, preaching that and letting people know that Dolph was doing it right. Yeah, he was saying the right things. He was doing the right things. He was standing on his words that he spoke. Yeah, and it's just sad, man. That shit is it's a sad thing that, you know, it's just like, I'm just numb to the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just see it all the time. You hear it all the time, and it's not surprising. It's more so like, damn, again? You know, like, we still with this shit. We still doing this shit. And, you know, again, you know, there's people that'll say, oh, but, you know, it was some real, you know, he had a lot of street shit going on. So what, man? Like, that shit is so played out. Like, you know, that street shit, I don't know. That I just saw a statement, a press release today, that the feds paid out almost $600 million to informants this year. Yeah. So if that ain't telling you that the streets is over with, you know what I mean? Like, informants are being paid out in a year $600 million. That street shit is over with, man. Like, you niggas better get education. You niggas better, you know, try to pick up a trade, create some shit. That street shit is over with.
Fucking cameras everywhere.
Yeah, like that you playing a game.
Fucking
you just
informant. It's literally cameras everywhere.
Yeah, like, you just waiting for your number to be called to be either killed or thrown in jail for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? It's like, but it's been this way for years. And that's what I'm saying. I just don't know if it ever changed, because it was this way when I was 16. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
and I'm not gonna act like I know anything really about it. So I don't want in that degree.
It's a cycle, man. It's like, we just caught in this fucked up cycle of, you know, hate and jealousy and envy and trauma and, you know, ego and insecurities. And it's just like a cycle of all of these things that affect our community and that kill our community. And, you know, it's, again, you have people that's making effective change and trying to make change in their community, supporting their community and putting people in position, again, like a Nipsey, you know, like a Dolph. And then you see this type of shit happen. It's unfortunate. And again, man, I just pray for his kids and his wife and his family, because, like I said, I've been there. I know that pain. It doesn't go away. You just learn to live with it. And hopefully, like I said, I probably won't be able to see it, but hopefully shit changes in our community and we start to love and support each other and talk more about our issues with each other and, you know, handle things differently. But this killing each other shit, this shit is corny, man. Like, taking people away from their families and, you know, their loved ones, and you just took somebody out of the community that was making effective change, that was trying to create opportunities for everybody. So then it's like, now who's there to do that? You know what I mean? So now it's like we setting ourselves back by taking these leaders out of our community and these people that really want to make things happen in a positive way. So prayers to Dolph, you know, God rest his soul. Prayers to his kids, prayers to his wife, his loved ones, his friends, his fans. Yeah. And continue to support each other and love each other.
Yeah, for sure. No, said that perfect. And I don't want to end on such a somber note, but I think everything you said there was so important. And yeah, this shit is just kind of getting corny and annoying that this is a headline every fucking day.
It's tragic, man. It's, and again, I love my people, I love my community, but this is why when people see success, they don't want to come back.
Yeah.
When people make money, they don't want to come back because you got, this jealousy and this energy that is in our community that, it's cancerous. You know what I mean? And it's like I don't know. You try to think about scenarios where, you try to figure out like why, and it's just always the same shit. It's like it doesn't even matter why. It's just like it just keeps happening, and it's again like and like the unfortunate part is it won't be the last. That's the unfortunate part. Like reading that, it was just like, damn, Dolph, everything he was saying, everything he was doing, but it's like, this is not gonna be the last. That's the part that really bothers me. It's like this will not be the last.
Well, I think everything that you brought up before is always the why. Doesn't matter the real scenario.
Mm-hmm.
The why is always comes from a traumatic experience or hereditary trauma that's been happening for so long, and that type of shit builds up ego, it builds up pride, it builds up being on defense all the time, it builds up feeling like, all right, if they did this, I got to do this. So that's really where it comes from, which of course we all know is way more deep rooted in this country to begin with. So it never really is the details because we do know the why,
right?
And how to fix that. Fuck if I know, but it's just unfortunate to see all the time. Even when you don't know or know the details,
right? Like
it still sucks. I don't care if there was a reason or whatever. It just still sucks. Like damn, all right.
It doesn't have to go to that. Yeah, so it's all out. What I mean? I get we're gonna have our issues. We're gonna have our disagreements with one another. Like it's not a perfect world. We know that, but we got to find a different way to handle these problems and these issues with each other because this is not. This is not the answer. This is not it. This is just more black kids growing up without their fathers. Yeah,
and seeing all those videos, which I never followed Dolph on socials or anything, but of course when this happened, all those videos of his kids came out and his interactions with his kids. That was definitely difficult to watch.
Yeah.
So, I guess in better news, Julius Jones looked like he's not being executed today, from my understanding.
Good.
From what I saw earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure exactly where that case is at because we are recording this right now, but I did see on the way in here that would not be happening today if it did happen.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting case. My man Rich, who we shot that first sketch ever.
Mm-hmm.
It's his first cousin.
Wow.
So, I'm glad to see that, and shout out to. I saw a lot of. I like when celebrity shit does work. Saw Cole going crazy with it and shit. Kim too. Kim Kardashian. I know we shit all the time. Like, I like to see when that type of attention works, but I don't want to take away from the people that bring it to the celebrity's attention. Like
absolutely.
The people that put the footwork in before.
You appreciate the celebrities pushing it and making it using their platform to amplify it.
But it's really everyone in the country really got that shit moving to get it to that place.
And let's keep doing that. Let's keep raising awareness. Let's keep praying. Let's keep calling whoever we need to call, local officials. Because again, it's just not, even if you know nothing about this case, you just read little things, that okay, something isn't right.
And it's funny when you watched all the media coverage of like after George Floyd and the countless things that we've seen with the quote unquote riots, even when they're not riots, but like protests, and just people being in the street. There was a larger game plan with that because now it has officials scared. Mm-hmm. And I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think had everything not happened with George Floyd and the countless other names and the countless other cities where that type of stuff had happened, where there were protests, there were marches,
people coming together,
there were riots too. Good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now it has everyone shook. Yeah. So now when shit isn't going to go the way it's supposed to, yeah, you should be scared.
Yeah.
Because if you go through with this, it's your city next.
Yeah. I agree. That's
the plan people don't see in the media of
Yeah.
like, oh my God, why would they do this? Now they're doing it to scare your city.
Yeah, and to let you know that, we care about each other.
Yeah.
And that we're gonna come out and we're gonna support each other. Again, support and love each other. And this is the type of change and that you can make. You can get officials to start second guessing, like, okay, we need to look deep into this. We need to really fine comb this thing. Maybe we missed something. Maybe, you know what I'm saying, the law isn't right here. Like things like that. They, again, that's all you can ask is that people raise awareness, use their voices, and to create effective change in a positive way.
And that's where they missed that word matter.
Mm-hmm.
His life matters. So if you don't take a concern in his life,
yeah,
we're going to show you that it matters.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Like, we're going to go out there, and if you want to say, how dare you lewd, how dare you tag this shit up, how dare you stop traffic during holiday season, nah, fuck that. This person mattered, and we're showing you that they fucking mattered. So be on alert the next time you run into a spot where someone you don't care about, you have their decision to live or die.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm glad.
Yeah,
I think this all trickled down with everything that happened this year and last year specifically.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's all tied in, and I think everyone needs to kind of shut up about those protests and those riots of what was the point of them. This was the point of them. Yeah, you gotta get your local government a little shook.
Yeah, disrupt the system. So absolutely.
Shout out to everyone that was behind this entire thing.
And prayers to him and his family. And hopefully, like, we keep pushing and keep this thing going to where he is released and freed from prison. Yeah, for sure. I do believe he's wrongfully convicted of something that he didn't do. I believe that based on what I've read about the case and things like that. Like, I do absolutely believe that this is wrong. Yeah.
No, for certain. We can wrap up here. I know there were some somber things. It was kind of a somber week, but we're definitely all going to keep it pushing. And we'll be back with some funnies and some laughs as well. But there was definitely some things that need to be addressed today.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I guess we'll be back.
We'll be back.
What's today?
Today is Friday.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll be back. We'll be back Saturday with the video, Tuesday with the next audio.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know.
And we got merch coming soon. I did want to say that, let people know they've been reaching out, seeing some pictures from the shows, that the merch was available at the shows. The merch will be available online real soon.
Which came out incredible, by the way. Thank you.
Shout out to the guys at Vanity. Shout out to Ant. Shout out to G. They did an amazing job. We collabed on some ideas, and I leaned on them for their expertise. Shout out to everybody at Made Brands, Dustin. Shout out to Biggs for putting that whole play together. And yeah, I'm excited, man. We got a lot of dope shit that we're gonna try to get done in the next few months with this merch thing. Just paying attention to the details. You know what I mean? No, doing some real fly really shit. We don't want to just do merch just to do it. I really want to do some real dope creative shit in this space. So
no, I get it. You podcast gun.
Fuck you, man.
You are. It's cool.
Yeah, but merch available soon because they have been asking online, and people like, oh, it's not fair. We don't have merch, but yeah, it's coming.
Yeah, it's just a little different. It's not just regular merch.
Yeah, no, this is different. This is
some shit that
thing.
you could wash twice.
Yeah,
and this ain't it's over for the t-shirt.
Yeah, no, this ain't that. So yeah, merch coming soon. And shout out to everybody that came out to the live shows once again. New York, thank you. LA, thank you. St. John, thank you. Guru, thank you. Wale, thank you. Ari, thank you.
Justice, Boogie, Reason.
Just, Boog, Reese, Hop, thank you.
First Choice DJ at New York.
DJ First Choice, thank you. Yeah, man, and we'll have some more cities coming soon, 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully we get to see a lot of the states and touch a lot of the I don't want to say touch the people. That sound crazy.
I mean, you could.
I don't want to say
you could touch the people.
Yeah, but that's the type of shit.
You might touch the people.
You might touch. Let's shake the hands.
You
may
of touch a woman.
No, I will shake the hands of women and thank them for coming out.
It would
to
be
the shows.
consensual. Of course, I'm saying.
Yeah,
that.
shake the hands. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Consensual handshakes.
All right.
So yeah, 2022, more cities coming, more shows coming. We got a lot of things visually we're gonna be bringing soon. So yeah, just thank you to everybody that came out these last 2 shows and supported. It was great. Had a lot of fun with y'all, and looking forward to seeing more of y'all soon.
Cool.
So yeah, that's the Gingerbeard Man.
That is I.
I'm Mal, and we'll see y'all soon. We'll talk to y'all soon. Be safe, have fun, and love. Love is love.